Welcome back. Let's continue from where we left off. Lanyu came back to the dormitory after leaving the hospital. I'm sorry, I really didn't mean it. I'm so sorry. Lin Zishi was the waiter who accidentally knocked Lanyu over, causing him to fracture his leg. It's fine, Lanyu reassured Lin Zishi. If you need any help, just let me know, I'll take care of it. Brother Duan also told me to look after you. I will, Lanyu replied. He wanted to use this opportunity to make friends. Lin Zishi had even brought him a bag filled with snacks, something that was a luxury in his previous life. Lanyu happily accepted the gesture. At night, Lanyu dreamt that he was wrapped in a sticky, unknown liquid. It enveloped his whole body, but on his injured leg the sensation was clearer, almost like a pair of massive hands carefully lifting his leg, gently examining the wound while avoiding touching the injured spot. Injured, a voice echoed beside his ear. Come home. The voice said urgently. Lanyu, Lanyu, Lanyu. He jolted awake, pushing himself upright. What's wrong? The lights suddenly burst on.
Damn.
Who the hell turned on the light? Grumbled a roommate from another bunk. Lanyu saw Lin Zishi leaning together with another roommate staring in his direction. It's just now the two of us seemed to see something right over where Lanyu is. Lin Zishi stammered out they had seen Lanyu's side was pitch dark, but only on his side like a black hole. Are you guys lunatics? Grumbled again the roommate. No, forget it. Maybe it was nothing. Lights were turned off and the two quietly climbed back onto their beds. The roommates went back to sleep. Lanyu was absolutely certain he had transmigrated into a modern romance novel, wasn't he? Something about this world seemed increasingly wrong. A few nights later, Lanyu stayed up late studying on how to use a computer. He was the only one awake. Lanyu headed to the restroom and looked at the mirror. He froze from pure shock at what he saw. In front of the sink was a simple frameless mirror. Aside from his own reflection, there was something else in the tiny bathroom. Something black. A black shape inside the mirror. Lanyu's mind went completely blank. He couldn't scream. On the frogged surface, strokes began to form one line at a time. Go home. Crying emoji and miss you with a heart. Lanyu stared bewildered until Lin Zishi called out. Are you okay in there? Lanyu hurriedly pulled open the door. What are you doing? Are you trying to scald me to death? A furious roar suddenly burst out from inside the restaurant's private room, instantly drawing the attention of dining customers and staff. What happened? When the dishes were being served, a kid ran around and bumped into Shaolin, causing him to drop the plates, and one of the guests got splashed. Lanyu's heart skipped. Duan Gaoji tried to resolve the situation, but the customer wasn't having it. What do you mean my kid bumped into him? Is he blind and still allowed to serve customers? If you don't compensate me, don't think I'll let this go. Lin Zishi was trying to defend himself, but it was of no use. You, get over here, the angry customer called Lin Zishi over while holding a beer bottle like a weapon. Lanyu grew nervous. Manager Duan, should we call the police? The man heard Lanyu's voice and instantly smashed the bottle against the table beside him with a loud crack, fragments scattering everywhere. He pointed it toward Lanyu, roaring, Mind your damn business. Duan Gaoji immediately stepped in front of him protectively. Go back. A piercing scream erupted from the male customer. Lanyu jerked in shock. The bottle had slipped from the man's hand. He crouched down, clutching his wrist with both hands, howling in pain. My hand! My hand! The man screamed, gripping his own arm like his life depended on it. Lanyu noticed it immediately. The man's hand was broken, completely broken. His arm bent at a grotesque, unnatural angle, blood dripping down his arm. What happened? Call emergency services now. No one had touched the man, yet his hand had broken. Duan Gaoji rushed the man to the hospital. Do you think this could be considered my fault? Lin Zishi grabbed his hair in frustration, worried he would have to pay compensation. I don't think it was your fault, Lanyu said. Duan Gaoji came back to the staff dormitory and told Lin Zishi there's surveillance footage, but even though nobody touched him, the accident still happened inside the restaurant. 8 out of 10 will have to compensate him. It's under investigation. Brother Duan, will I have to pay? Lin Zishi was terrified. I can't afford it. My family doesn't care about me. I would have to take on the debt. Lin Zishi was the only employee who lived in the dormitory all the time while the others still have their apartments, even Lanyu. Lin Zishi was known to spend all his money and then live in poverty, for the rest of the month. Forget it. Don't think about it too much. Let's go to sleep.
Duan Gaoji said.
So cold. Why was it so cold? Lan Yu woke up. Everything around him was pitch black. He could hear a faint sound like dripping water. Was the bathroom leaking? Lan Yu sat up. His foot touched the ground, but instead of his slippers, he touched water. The floor had flooded. Lan Yu made his way to the light switch using his crutches. Click, click, click. The light showed no sign of turning on. Fear slowly climbed up Lan Yu's spine. He felt his way to Duan Gaoji's bed, reaching out to shake him awake. Duan Gaoji was there, but he felt cold like a corpse. Brother Duan, wake up, Brother Duan. Anxiety thickened Lan Yu's voice, but Duan didn't respond. He turned around to grab his phone so he could turn on the flashlight to see his surroundings, but the phone that had clearly been charging refused to power on. Please don't do this to me. Lan Yu's voice trembled with tears as he leaned on his wooden crutch and turned to push open the door to the boys' dormitory. Brother Duan had installed a metal gate to prevent random people from entering and to separate the boys' and girls' dormitory. Lan Yu felt the door and immediately began pounding on it with all his strength, yet there was no response from the girls' dorm. Lan Yu tried to open the gate, desperate to get out. The gate was locked tight. Why is it haunted again? He was terrified of ghosts. Yen Lu slowly raised his head. On the other side of the metal gate, you could see water. A dark shadow slowly rose up from beneath the surface of the water. Its outline grew clearer, enormous, grotesque, twisted, without any definite shape at all. Gradually advancing toward Lan Yu. Splashing sounds could be heard. Shallow waves lapping against rocks under the push of a wind. He wanted to run, but where? He was locked inside the dormitory. Lan Yu's grip on the gate tightened until his hands ached, but the next thing he knew, the shadows enveloped his hands, forcefully prying open his tightly clenched grip, separating his hands from the gate. Are you going to eat me? Lan Yu lowered his head, afraid to look. If I die and turn into a ghost, and we're all ghosts, it's going to be really awkward. A strange sound came to his ears. Go home. Family really miss you. You are always wronged. Always suffering. Dad and Mom are angry. Once he regained a bit of composure, Lan Yu mustered some courage and whispered softly, I'm living really well. Go home. A torrential downpour exploded into existence. The roar of rain slammed into Lan Yu's ears like an explosion. Lan Yu burst into tears. I understand, don't be angry, I'll listen. The sound of rain gradually quieted. You can't take good care of yourself, come home. That was the final sentence the water left behind. The lights behind him had turned on. While Lan Yu was still sitting on the floor, the black shadow reappeared. He was lifted from the floor and taken back to his room. Unable to see anything, Lan Yu only felt something repeatedly brushing his cheeks gently, even grazing his eyelids, forcing him to close his eyes. Next thing he knew, he lost consciousness into the abyss. Maybe the original host's parents really did miss their child? But if they truly missed him, then why hadn't they called even once? Making a phone call would have been far more moral than sending ghosts to scare him back home. Lan Yu called his dad first. The phone rang several times with no answer. No answer. Maybe he was busy. Next he called his mom, but no answer either. He called again. This time the call was suddenly answered on the second ring. What is it? A middle-aged woman's voice came through. Nothing. Lan Yu grew tense. Just checking. Where are you now? He didn't answer, not wanting them to know. Do you need money? Lan Yu froze. He answered honestly. No, I'm working now. I'm saving my own money. You're working? His mom sounded surprised, then said, keep some for your living expenses and transfer the rest to my card. Lan Yu's mind froze for 3 whole seconds. What? You won't spend much on your own anyway. I've raised you for so many years now that you're earning money. You should give something back to the family. Your little brother and sister are still in school, and the burden on the 2 of us is heavy. You should be helping share the pressure. Now that you're living on your own, you finally know how hard life is, right? Only now you think of your parents. You only managed to get by because you had us. Lan Yu abruptly hung up, gripping the phone. Silence rushed back to his ears. The scariest thing in this world isn't ghosts, it's people. Lin Zishi and Brother Duan had caught a cold when the shadow came to visit Lan Yu. No matter how careful they were, Lan Yu eventually got infected. He decided to head back to his apartment to recuperate from his cold. Lan Yu had just cooked his lunch and turned around with his rice bowl in hand. Lan Yu froze. In broad daylight, the room was well lit, and right in that clear, bright interior, an ink-black layered shadow was condensing, slowly forming a towering human shape in his tiny rental room. Lan Yu looked down at the table he had just set, then at the dark silhouette whose intentions he couldn't decipher. He forced a wobbly, tearful, almost laughing smile. "Would you like to eat together?" Yen Lu sneaked a sideways glance at the enormous shadow beside him. This thing was precisely the type of monster that would appear in a horror movie, and yet it was rather harmless. "Are the bones good?" Lan Yu tried speaking to it. The shadow hadn't spat out a single rib bone. Where was it putting the food? It was bringing the food to where its mouth should be, but that area was pure darkness. No face. No features. Not even the movement of a jaw. The shadow turned slightly, and then picked up a rib, placed it into that pitch-black area, and under Lan Yu's bewildered gaze, spat out a bone. Neatly placed on the table. It was clean, not a single shred of meat left. After eating, the shadow took a look at Yen Lu's plastered leg, and then left. Curious, Yen Lu studied his plaster-covered leg carefully. It really did look much cleaner than before. The faint, unpleasant odor that had slowly been accumulating over the past days was completely gone, and the heaviness he had grown accustomed to had become unusually light. Could it be that the black shadow was some kind of cleaning spirit? A few hours later, he woke up feeling hungry, but his fever had gone up. He ordered takeout. Lan Yu messaged the delivery driver, "You've been overtime for so long." "Fine. It was raining earlier, but the rain's been gone for quite a while now. Why haven't you delivered yet?" After a moment, the driver replied, "Just cancel the order." He immediately called. "If you had said from the beginning that you couldn't deliver, I might have let it go. I could have cooked for myself, but you kept saying you'd deliver over and over. Now you're refusing to come. Are you doing this on purpose?" "I'm really busy. Your place is hard to find, and the road is difficult to get through." Lan Yu heard his impatience in his tone. "You have to deliver." "I'm filing a complaint." Lan Yu hung up angrily. He made a complaint through the app. He discovered that his food hadn't arrived, yet the app marked the order as delivered. Lan Yu wanted to order something else, but instead he forced himself, still feverish, to get up and try cooking on his own. He made vegetable porridge. Just then, an unfamiliar number called. Lan Yu squinted at the screen and hung up immediately. The complaint had already gone through. Refund plus compensation had been issued. The driver would get part of his wages deducted over this. Another call came through. Lan Yu answered. "Hello. I'm sorry, customer. I'm here to deliver your order. I'm standing at your door right now. Could you please come out and pick it up?" Lan Yu raised an eyebrow. "I don't want it anymore." "Please, sir, I'm begging you. Please come take it. My attitude earlier was wrong. I'm really sorry." "Why didn't you deliver it earlier then?" "I'm sorry, G. I shouldn't have assumed you wouldn't rush me and decided to deliver your order last. Once it went overtime, I figured I'd be fined anyway, so I might as well put your delivery off even more. I shouldn't have tried to cut corners. I should have just done my job properly without playing tricks." Lan Yu stiffened with suspicion. The pleading, the choking voice, everything felt off. "Are you trying to trick me into coming out so you can beat me up? I don't want the food anymore. Just leave." Lan Yu hung up. But he received a message. "Go, I'm sorry, I think I'm stuck in a ghost loop. I can't reach anyone else, so you're the only one I can call. I'm sorry, I was wrong." Could it be the delivery guy ran into a ghost? Feeling strangely guilty, he dialed the number himself. The rider picked up at once. "I'm sorry, I was wrong. I'll never ever. I swear I'll do my job properly from now on." The delivery driver was crying. "Where are you?" Lan Yu asked cautiously. "At your door. I'm right at your door. Please, could you come out and help me? I'm so scared. It's really scary out here." The rider answered immediately, trembling. "Fine, I'm coming out. Just wait a moment." Lan Yu said. "Can you not hang up the phone?" The rider pleaded. "All right." In truth, Lan Yu was also feeling afraid. His legs trembled. "Point your scooter's headlights toward my building, toward the stairs. The hallway lights here won't turn on." He made his way downstairs to find the ride. Terrified of the dark, Lan Yu practically sprinted down the stairs. He shoved the building's front door open, and the moment his eyes met the rider's tearfully trembling gaze, both of them saw salvation. "I'm sorry, I was wrong." The rider hiccuped through his sobs while handing over the food, now cold to the touch. "I'll bring you a fresh order tomorrow. Same thing, free of charge. Is that okay?" "Okay," Lanyu nodded. "I'm really sorry." "I forgive you," Lanyu said. "Then does this mean I can leave this alley now?" the rider asked, eyes filled with desperate hope. Lanyu wasn't entirely sure, but at that moment a couple strolled past the alley entrance chatting and laughing. The rider burst into relieved laughter, though his eyes were still rimmed red. Thank you. I'll never dare pull anything like this again. I'm leaving now." He dashed off so fast it was as if a pack of dogs were chasing him. Lanyu didn't even get a chance to say goodbye. Lanyu thought about the shadow. It might be related to him. That's it for now. If you like this story, leave a like. And subscribe if you want more stories. Bye-bye.